What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table, we have another Game of Thrones, a card game, a Worlds 2017 match for you, brought to you by these awesome supporters of the channel who donate to the channel on patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table. We have Adam playing a Lannister, Banner of the Rose, against Jim again, playing Targaryen Crossing. If you didn't see Jim play this deck in the previous videos, you can check that out. I think he's in the third match of the Swiss. From the Worlds 2017 playlist you can find on Rob's Gaming Table for Worlds 2017 Thrones. Also some L5R Worlds 2017 also there in a playlist if you're interested in that. If you like these Game of Thrones videos, slap that like button. We have Cersei, a Lannisport merchant, and a Rose Road set up on the Lannister side of things. Almost a god setup, just needed Tywin instead of Cersei, but still juicy. On the other side we have, looks like a Jogo, Ser Jorah, Viserys, and a King's Road. 4 cards set up, 8 gold. Very good for Jim, the Targaryen player. And sorry, I think I said a Lannister, a Banner of the Rose. I meant a Lannister, a Reigns of Castamere for the Lannister player on the left. Goof that up. So Laney Reigns, Targ Crossing, and camera jumping around because people banging into the table where the camera was to watch the games. Hopefully it doesn't continue too much. All right, so we got Heads on Spikes from the Lannister side into Time of Plenty on the Targaryen side. Looking to draw some cards from the Targaryen player. Heads on Spikes. Looking to get some power on Cersei to start and throw someone in the dead pile. Let's see what we get. Heads on Spikes does hit, who is that? Ricardo. And he goes to the dead pile. 2 power for the Lannister player. We are in the top 16. This is the first game of the top 16 from Worlds 2017. For Game of Thrones, I'll be posting. I have 2 others. I had 3 cameras going for the Thrones cut, since I had some space for it, and I had the time to actually run out and grab the 3rd camera from my car. And I have that 3rd camera thanks to the people who donate on patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table. If you want to help improve the channel, get more cameras going, better quality videos, you can do so there. Link is in the description below. Thanks a lot, guys. So it looks like the Targ player is going first here for marshalling. I like Jim's Lord of the Rings LCG mat there. I think that's the one I have also. That's an awesome LCG. If you guys don't play that and you have someone that'll play co-op LCGs with you in deck build and play through story missions and that kind of thing, and you obviously like LCGs since you're here watching Thrones, check out Lord of the Rings LCG. It's awesome. It's been around for a long time, but it's easy to jump into. You just grab a couple core sets and then start buying the packs as they came out and play through the story in order. Or you can go with the Saga expansions and just play like some of the Saga expansions. They're more deluxe box size, and you can play through those. But awesome game. Awesome game. All right, so we got Aego out there now. And looks like a strong Belwas with 1 bestow on him. On the other side now, a Western Fiefdoms. And Aego's ability is enabled. There's also another Blood Rider out there for Jogo. So they both are fully turned on. We got Time of Plenty as a Summer Plot for Aego to stand a Blood Rider. We got the Hound marshaled out straight up for $3 there. And sitting on 3 gold for the Lannister player. Not getting the best marshalling there. He may have some stuff in hand. Obviously, the Lannister players like to save that gold, we know, for burn men or ambush cards. So maybe that's what's happening here. But I expected a Tyrion, Jaime, something like that to come out there. So military, stealth in the Hound. Nobody in the dead pile yet, so Jogo's at 3 strength, I believe. And surprise! Burn Men for 2 coming in on the defense, blocking the unopposed. And most likely going to take the hit on the military claim, which they do. Seems to be what burn men do best. Block unopposed and die. And now a 1 strength little power challenge here with Viserys Targaryen. There is power to steal, though. It does go unopposed, so he's able to take one and get one for unopposed. Don't usually get to do that when you go first, but thanks to Heads on Spikes, piling some power up on the Lannister House card, make that power challenge extra juicy. And now an intrigue with Aego for 4 strength. No defenders. Well, he wants to use Cersei on the attack, not kneeling to defend. Or not kneeling to attack, sorry, on Intrigue. And the Hand's Judgment grabbed on Intrigue Claim. And since that was the 3rd crossing challenge, he gets an extra power for that. And that's all 3 challenges over to the Lannister player, it should be. Targaryen player at 4 power already. So now we have an Intrigue coming in with Cersei, 6 strength, not kneeling to attack. Ago stands up due to the Summer Plot ability he has. And he's going to come in with Ser Jorah for a full block of 8. And Jorah's going to get his Betrayal Token and Renown. Another power on the side of the Targaryens there, and preventing cards from leaving their hand and Cersei from getting extra power. 2 power on the Lannister side right now. And we have a big power challenge coming in, 6 strength with Cersei. No defenders. And we have Tyrion's Chain, triggering Heads on Spikes again. Another reason Jim might have dived in front of that Intrigue challenge earlier to fully block, and block it all, is to prevent Reigns from triggering. Hand's Judgment discarded on the other side of the board now for Heads on Spikes, so no power gained from that. Gets an unopposed power, and Cersei, for discarding a card, gets to...
That was a reaction for this, right? That was a reaction for winning, then do unopposed, and then the claim, but we did claim out of order. No, we didn't do, that was Tyrion's Chain. Oh, I'm sorry, we didn't do
Yeah, they have to do claim still. They getting confused here off the Tyrion's Chain.
Oh, sure. So, one more claim, and then I'll just keep that there for this.
This is a power challenge, right?
Yep.
So, claim 1 power. Use that one.
So I just went to, okay.
Oh, I see. They're messing me up, too. It's not an Intrigue challenge. It was a power challenge, so he's claiming power.
Done?
But he still should get one from Cersei, I think, for discarding with Tyrion's Chain. And Dominus goes to the Lannisters. 5 power on the Lannister side, 4 on the Targaryen side. So we've seen this before with Jim's Rush deck, where he rushes in and does all 3 challenges with crossing and then gets hit back by the opponent. The opponent ends up coming out on top. And Time of Plenty now on the other side into Fallen from Favor, where the Targaryen player has to sack a character. And the autofocus on the camera is being silly here off the glare on the card sleeves. I apologize, but it's still, at least you can tell what's going on. Just a little annoying. Note for future of filming with this camera. All right, we got Khal Drogo out there now. Look at all these Dothraki. Khal Drogo gets a duplicate. Second military challenge is enabled due to Khal Drogo being on the board. Shows is great with those crossing decks, getting that extra challenge in there, making it easier for him to reach that 3rd challenge and get that extra power off crossing. Saves the gold. Over to the Lannister player for his marshalling. And I think that's a dupe on Cersei there. If you guys are new here, make sure you subscribe to help support the channel. If you like the Thrones videos, slap that like button. And if you want to be notified when more videos get posted, because there's tons more coming from Worlds 2017 for Game of Thrones, hit that little alarm notification button beside the subscribe button, and you'll be notified every time a video gets posted. Or when we go live. We got Rattle Shirts Raiders in there. Looking to discard some attachments. Don't see anything on the board right now, but it's a body, but not the bodies you'd expect out of a Lanny Reigns deck. We got the Hound marshaled out straight up last round. We got Rattle Shirts Raiders, and yeah, saving the rest of it. So I think I'm sure those characters are in Adam's deck here, but he's just not seeing what he needs, I think. His deck's kind of crapping on him here. So power challenge, I want to say 3 strength, plus, I think he's got +1 from his ability, -1 from crossing. Stealthing past the Lannister merchant, I think is what he said. No defenders. It's a little dangerous going unopposed against a crossing deck that can gain power pretty fast. 6 power now on the Targaryen side. Uses the summer stand since Time of Plenty is across the board off Aego to stand Jogo back up. I'm surprised he didn't start with a couple militaries to help clear some claim off the board, some possible opposition. And now we got a military challenge. Rattle Shirts Raiders coming in on the block. So claim of 1. Podrick's jumping in there, saving the Hound or the Merchant or someone there he pointed at. But either way, Pod comes in for the save, so we get another body on the board at least. Not the most optimal Podrick jump in there. Usually save Tyrion and do some killing. But now there's another body out on the board to help defend or help attack, so that could have gotten Jim's way here. Let's see if he continues doing his challenges. And we got a military coming in, Khal Drogo. 3rd challenge, I want to say, so he's +2. Should be at 7. Hound's going to block for 6. And Podrick dies for claim. And Renown goes to Khal Drogo. And now an intrigue with Ser Jorah, 4 strength. 4th challenge initiated by the Targaryen player. If he lets it go unopposed, it's 2 power going to be gained off Renown and unopposed. So Cersei's got to come in on the block. Which is not the way you want to use Cersei, but Adam realizes he's bleeding power here. And now he comes back with a little power challenge of 1. No defenders, of course, on the power challenge. Steals 1, gets an unopposed. Lannister player at 6 power. Targ player at 7. Taking dominance, goes to 8. So we have counting coppers into retaliation, forcing the Lannister player to go first. He's going to draw 3 cards off his plot. Now, Lannister player has to be careful here what he does on the offense and how open he leaves himself with that retaliation across the board and 2 claim. And you have renowned bodies across the board. You have Ago able to... Nope, he's not able to stand anyone, actually. No summer plot in play right now. But Jim, the Targaryen player also has to be careful of a range trigger here on the offense that could shake things up. So he might have to be forced into playing a little more defensively here than he'd like to. So Great Hall marshaled in on the Lannister side. He has 2 gold, the Great Hall, a Western Fiefdoms, and a Landsport Merchant to work with. Handful of cards. Let's see what he gets this time. If he can get anything meaningful on the board, we'll see. So Great Hall, Merchant, Fiefdoms all go down. Spends the gold. And it's Chella. She's okay, but not the highest in rank of Lannister characters, that's for sure. Saves a gold on the Lannister side. Over to the Targaryen player for marshalling. And he gets a Wildling Scout out there, able to sack it and give stealth, which could be huge here. Getting an unopposed, possibly, or pushing through a challenge with less than he needs. Or less than he would normally need if he didn't have stealth, of course. And Plaza of Pride, able to pitch some cards and stand. So he's able to play defensively here. Might be able to stand someone back up and hit on the offense. So it's a little risky here for Adam. How much does he want to push in here on the offense and leave himself possibly exposed to retaliation? I mean, you might as well start off with an intrigue challenge with Cersei. Not kneeling to attack makes sense. Seven cards left in the Targaryen player's hand. So even if you hit him with intrigue
Challenge of 9.
you're not really going to, get him down to a small enough amount of cards. You might not have anything to chuck for Plaza of Pride. Should be fine. So we have 9 strength intrigue coming in here with Cersei and Chella. He's trying to go for that range trigger. Jim counting his math carefully here to make sure if he at least defends, he may not win, but he's just got to make sure the Lannister player doesn't win by 5 or more. And Ago and Ser Jorah coming in here for 8 strength on the defense against 9 on the offense. And we have Sir Barristan grabbed on the claim. Cersei gets a power from being, or from her ability after a card is discarded from your opponent. Adam realizing now that he's got to be careful. Wasn't able to get that range trigger off. Now, does he just stop there? Got to make sure you have something back to block. You can't let all those challenges come through unopposed. Maybe try to stop the third range challenge if you can. Nightmares on Khal Drogo to stop that extra military. I think maybe Plaza of Pride might have been a good target, but Hand's Judgment to cancel that. Oh. And a Hand's Judgment on the other side to say nope to the cancel. So the Nightmares goes through on Khal Drogo. He's blank. Less renown. Now the ability not to do a second military.
It's fun for me. Take out 4 people from my board
Yeah, yeah, I forgot about the 2 claim too. So I can see why he wants to stop one of the militaries. He doesn't want to deal with 4 claim coming at him on 2 military challenges. But he does have the Hound out there and the Rattle Shirts. So he should be able to... maybe he wouldn't have enough since Jogo has Stealth. And he could stand him right back up using Plaza Pride. So forget what I just said. He can get through those militaries, no problem. So Stealth's the Hound on a military. Rattle Shirts blocks. Rattle Shirts and the Merchant die for claim, which we expected, of course.
Present hand.
Now, I would assume he's going to use Plaza Pride to stand up Jogo as stealth. And then maybe send Khal Drogo and Jogo in on a power challenge. But maybe not yet. Maybe for the 3rd challenge he does that. He could stand up Aego and do a intrigue challenge with the Wildling Scout and Aego. Or maybe even Ser Jorah. Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, he can stand up Ser Jorah with Plaza Pride. Helps him get another Renown. Or you could do the Wildling Scout sack to give stealth, to maybe do a double stealth if he stands up Aego on... Oh, here we go. We got discarding, I forget what they're called, but little Dothraki guy. And he stands up Ser Jorah, who we thought was possible for Renown. And he comes in on the intrigue, 6 strength, Wildling Scout, and Ser Jorah. It's going to help him get a Renown on Ser Jorah and 2 claim through. Cersei's going to block the unopposed, which leaves him more exposed on the power challenge, only having the Hound to block. We'll let Khal Drogo come in there and win that power challenge, 2 claim, and get the crossing. And stealth, too, because Wildling Scout. And he gets 2 cards. It's a Bodyguard and a Merchant. He put the Renown on the house card backs, and he said Renown. Put it on the house card instead of on Ser Jorah. So we need 6 more power on the Targaryen side. There goes that Wildling Scout sacked to give stealth to Khal Drogo. Khal Drogo coming in on the power, stealthing past the Hound, of course. 7 strength. Nothing really to stop there. Unopposed. Crossing. 2 claim. Oh, and Superior Claim. Burn through those Hands Judgments. And that should be it to close it out. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that looks like it's it. And, yeah, congrats to Jim there. Crushing it out, getting the rush off. Winning in turn 3. Eliminating Adam and moving on to the top 8. Stay tuned. We have another top 16. Actually, 2 more top 16 games. And then 2 or 3 top 8 games. And then the top 4. So lots of Game of Thrones content coming up on the channel. So make sure you subscribe for that. Slap that like button if you like these Game of Thrones videos and want to see more, of course. And help other people find them on the YouTubes. But either way, thanks a lot for being here, guys. I appreciate the support, and I'll see you in the next video.